Director Alyssa Farah Griffin, former White House Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Matthews, and former White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson, the former officials of the Trump administration, warned that if Donald Trump is re-elected, it will mean the end of American democracy. Speaking to ABC News' Jonathan Karl regarding their concerns for American democracy, and while recounting their experiences cooperating with the January 6 Select Committee, said the upcoming presidential elections are fundamental and is needed to safeguard American institutions. Fundamentally, a second Trump term could mean the end of American democracy as we know it, Griffin said, pointing out that American public have seen Trump trying to steal an election, referring to the January 6 Capitol Hill storming by Trump supporters. This is a fundamental election to continue to safeguard our institutions and our constitutional republic. But if we crumble as a nation, we're setting an example that democracy is an experiment, Hutchinson said. Hutchinson turned into one of the most vocal critics of Donald Trump and gave a crucial testimony to the U.S. House of Representatives panel investigating the January 6th Capitol Hill attacks. She pointed to a recent interview of Donald Trump with Fox News host Sean Hannity, where the former president joked that he would be a dictator only on day one. He said he would use his dictatorship to close down the border and drill for energy resources. The fact that he felt that he needs to lean into being a dictator alone shows that he is a weak and feeble man who has no sense of character and integrity and has no sense of leadership, the former White House aide said. The former White House Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Matthews said Trump has focused on getting back to power and his rhetoric has become increasingly erratic. Matthews pointed to Trump's threats to undermine parts of the Constitution, weaponize the Justice Department, and exact revenge on his political opponents. To this day, he still doubles down on the fact that he thinks that the election was stolen and fraudulent, Matthews said. She further added that she would put policy aside and may vote Democrat and back Biden in the elections, which will be held later in November this year. I've never voted for a Democrat in my life, but I think that in this next election, I would put policy aside and choose democracy, she said, while adding that she is hoping for some other Republican to win the primaries. Our singular focus needs to be, if he is the nominee, on making sure that he is not elected the president again next November, Hutchinson said.